What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another My Team episode in career mode, as you guys are back to my channel. Thank you guys so much. So welcome back actually, guys, to My Team episode 2 of the series, and we're getting ready for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. As in the last video, definitely was not a good one. We were definitely slow, no pace. So yeah. We're going to put Oscar Piastri through some weight training. It's going to be important. And we're going to upgrade our aerodynamics facility, or I guess not. We're going to upgrade, okay, I guess we are. We're going to upgrade the build time for the aerodynamics. That'll come on the 25th of March. So that will help, you know, the build time increase for, you know, aero. So we can get like the rear downforce on if we want. Looking at the R&D, honestly, got some upgrades coming in. The ignition system actually went on, as we remember, in the last video. I think we're going to do a gearbox update. Obviously the gearbox, it's going to wear out a lot. So, same as the ICE, so we got to get that done fast. I don't really focus much on durability, mainly because, you know, of how, you know, if you fail, it's a failure chance. Yeah, it's a failure chance. And I think we might do some rear downforce for the car as well. That will go on time for Imola, which will be the 4th race of the season. Going through the driver market there and going through customization, you can do all these other things. And right now I'm actually going to make my new helmet. So in the last video, my last helmet, I just made some spec just to kind of match the car livery. My favorite color combination is between red and orange. That's just like my two favorite to go with helmets. So I might be doing a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of, I think, a lot of black as well on it. So I'm kind of looking around. I'll probably change the helmets again. I always like to mess around with my helmet, but I still want to try to find good helmets when the podium pass comes out, because well, the podium pass is out, but you know, I just want better helmets because yeah. Can't get a second sponsor yet, but oh well. We got a Pirelli Hop Lap feature. Let's get into this one, shall we? So here we are in the McLaren 720S, and we're going to do a challenge target, average speed zone. You just go through the speed zones and you get a good time. Hopefully we can get 100k and some good resources. So here we go. This is the first Pirelli Hot Lap feature. I actually drove the supercars in time trial, but I never did any of the challenges. So yeah, we're going into the banking kind of curve in Saudi, and we hit the wall there actually, and that's not going to help our time, as it's 144 kilometers an hour. So we go through the next corner, long corner to the speed zone, and I don't even think we got it. I think we got in the, what was that? Not even in the bronze, silver, or gold. So that's not ideal. Hopefully our next attempt could be a little bit better, as we go for the second attempt here in Saudi Arabia for the Pirelli Hot Lap feature. 185 going down into the banking corner a little bit. Go through. We braked a little bit later this time to avoid the wall. Not getting the traction out. I was thinking about doing a little bit of a drift there. We actually drift a little bit there. 149 now going through. 150, 152, 153, 154, 155, 158, 159. Close to gold, but not close enough. We get into the silver though. We are past silver. 160.0. I think we could go a little bit faster on this last run. Let's see what we can do on this last run. 5 red lights out. We are underway again, and I think this time we could probably try to get, let's see where we brake again. I think we brake at the same braking point. We get off the brakes a little bit. And second gear, did not get the best exit. As you can tell right there, not the best exit going through. Go through now, stuck in the third, getting up into fourth, and we're actually going a lot slower, and we're not even going to get, I don't even think we even got in the 160, or did we? It's no, it's a silver medal, so we did not get to gold, unfortunately, and gold means best of the rest. So that's unfortunate, I guess you could say, going into the Grand Prix weekend. It's not right, but what are you gonna do about it? There's the weather forecast. Just gonna be night, no rain, thank God. looking at the R&D, we're actually behind McLaren. We brought no upgrades. Aston Martin, they brought I think a little bit of upgrades, but fortunately no upgrades for us. And we're not sitting very good in the championship either. We're sitting P21 in the championship, pretty much last, because I'm 100% positive that VB's gonna score points this weekend. But let's get on to practice one. So here we are in Saudi Arabia for practice one here for the Jeddah Corniche Street Circuit. As you can see, the actual circuit's been updated. The curbs are now green and white. Originally on the F1 2021 game, obviously they were red, but track has been much updated because Jeddah actually made some updates. So a lot of the corners, well, a lot of the walls, they've been averaged out, and we go for a little bit of a spin there. I think we're pushing a little too much there. As you can see, he got on the 4th gear and just slammed on the throttle too early and went for a spin. But a lot of the track has been really updated, and that last corner right there, that's where Max Verstappen hit the wall during his final Q1 run back in 2021. But there's definitely, the track is much wider. As you can tell, it's now starting the qualifying pace. I'm pretty confident, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty confident going into this weekend because the car, it really suited this track for some odd reason, which is kind of rare because Jeddah is a more power, it's a more, power street circuit, but you need also downforce on here as well because some of these corners are just fast flowing. But we're clearly not passing the quality pace, so we just came into the pits. And we are P13 in FP1. About 1 second off the pace, almost 2 seconds off, but it's really not that bad. Oscar Piastri goes 18th, 2 seconds off the pace on a soft tire run. So Oscar, you could definitely improve. I think Mick Schuttner, I don't know, someone DNF there at the bottom, I'm not sure who it was. Going to FP2 now. Back on the this is the ERS management, I think, the ERS management program. So going through here, let's go through this fast section here. Going into 4th gear, they updated that inside curb there, but as you can see, this is the confidence here going through this corner. Lift off the gas, get back down, go out on the 5th. Super nice. Go back in this corner again for the quali pace. As you can see right there, this part of the track is so fast, and we've been it again. With the cars now over the line. That's it. P9 in FP2, that's really good for us though. On a soft tire run though, that's the problem. But a lot of other drivers are on soft, so actually beat Ocon in the Alpine. But it's never a good sign because it's only practice. 2 seconds off the pace. Oscar Piastri 3.2 seconds off the pace on a medium tire run. So clearly, I don't think he's got any race pace, to be honest with you. But best we could do. Let's get on the quali, shall we? Here we are qualifying for the Saudi Arabian GP, and I was really confident going into this qualifying session beginning on how the car was handling throughout the corners. The first sector there, that car was brilliant through there. Second sector we roughed a little bit. The third sector though, it's all flat out, so we're obviously losing time between there. This car is super draggy. The reason I'm talking about in the second sector, there's not many turns, as you can see. I mean, there's turns right there, but it's not like how sector 1 was with you got tall turns all over the place, and that's where the car really, I think, stood out this practice session. But we did get a little bit loose there coming off the exit through that fast, I think it was a left-hander, I think. Into the final corner now, flat to the floor, try to get a good time. DRS wide open here. Lap wasn't the greatest. If we come across the line, it's a 1:32.655. Ahead of Lance Stroll though, 5 seconds off from Vettel. Now the runners actually go out for a final run here. We're currently 17th, so good quality results so far. But as you can see, I was gonna go for 2 laps, but I actually overfueled the car a little too much. So we're gonna have a lot more weight on us. But here we go for I guess our final run, because to be honest, I don't even know if the ARS management will stay there, but we go down to turn 1, and we miss the breaking point by a lot, and we go off. And basically, we aborted the lap, because that's the right thing to do. No cheating allowed. But 4 seconds off, super terrible. But we come across the line again, we're going to do another lap here, and try to improve. We're still P17, P16 is Alex Albon. If we get the P16, we can get into Q2. DRS wide open here. Braking at the 100-meter board. Get that curb. Trying to ride the curbs too much. That inside curb now really affects you in turn 1. Flat to the floor again. Going through the fast first sector here through these corners. Trying not to hit that curb on the inside. You can see fast flowing through here. Off the gas. Mainly because you're going to spin out. We're actually in the positive right now. Where I think we're about a 1/10 up on our first run. Or on our last run, as you can tell. We got an F1 Life supercar token, I guess. Going through now and going through this next corner. Sector 2, this is where I'm losing time. You know, the car, it's not fast enough as actually we run a little bit wide out there, so that's going to ruin us, and now we're in the negatives. And, you know, the track is fast flowing, and Sector 2 we're losing so much time. It's just the understeer going through that corner. That's where I was struggling the most in that corner. We'll come through here again, though. More understeers we're going to get. But we actually get through it pretty nicely. And we actually are getting a little bit of our time back as we are. We're back in the improvement range. We're about 2/10 up coming up into the final corner. Pierre Gasly right behind us. So we're actually impeding his lap, I'm pretty sure. Or was that Yuki Tsunoda? I think that's Gasly. And he's right behind us now. Now we're P20. But it's only a 2/10. And we're not going to make it out of Q1. We're out. P21 for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That was not what I expected. I thought we were going to probably get into Q2 with that pace, but it's a mistake. We mistaked it. We should not have overfueled the car too much. We should have just did one run, but Oscar Piastri just missing out on Q1. He missed out by 2/10. Drove 2.8 seconds off the pace, 6 seconds behind Piastri. Ahead of Nicholas Latifi, so we actually don't qualify last, but it's the best we can do.
We're here today on the shores of the Red Sea in the lower Hijaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Russell, Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen, and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Mick Schumacher, Lando Norris, and Ricciardo, Joe, Oscar Piastri, Lance Stroll, and Alex Albon, Tsunoda, the owner driver, Vettel, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Thanks, Mark. So here are P20 on the grid. Sebastian Vettel getting a penalty, so we're not last row of the grid finally. We're, you know, kind of close though, so it's kind of unfortunate. But we're gonna go for the one-stop strategy, mediums to hard. I'm gonna just try to do that, see how much the pace is on with the mediums. We underfuel the car just a little bit, just trying to, you know, get the minimum of, you know, less weight. So here we go, parking into the grid slot. Let's see if we can try to get purple. I've been really struggling to get purple on for some odd reason, and nope.
Okay, that's not an ideal place.
That is not ideal. Thanks, Mark, for telling me that. But anyways, here we go. 5 red lights on, ERS on as well. Trying to get the best start. Here we go, and it's underway for the Saudi Arabian GP. A lot of wheel spin there, getting off the exit as we actually get jumped by Vettel and Latifi now. ERS still wide open, going down to turn 1. We dive it a little bit, and someone actually lost their front wing. I think it was the Alfa Romeo of Guan Yu Zhou, or Zhou Guan Yu as you call him. Off side by side with Oscar Piastri once again. Piastri gets ahead of us. Launch Stroll right behind us here as we go through turn 3. As we squeeze Stroll a little bit, we give Stroll room. As we go through, we actually get Stroll. Stroll gets ahead of us, and now we sit P19 out of 22 runners behind Stroll. And Tsunoda right behind us as well, going through these next few corners. ERS on as well. We're trying to defend from Tsunoda as well. Tsunoda's actually gaining us. We give him a little squeeze down the inside, but we just stay ahead going through those corners. We're now behind Lance Stroll once again. Piastri's still in 17th place, and everyone's basically not really following, or we're all just following each other at this point in the race. A little bit of time to relax here going through. Now it's going to be the tricky part of this track, is trying to stay ahead of cars that have much faster pace in the straight line speed, like Yuki Tsunoda. But we're actually pulling away from Tsunoda, using a lot of ERS here, gaining up the Stroll as well, as you can tell right there. Go through down to 5th gear as well, going through this fast corner, going through the hotel section, and now onto this long straight, going through the final corner. And we actually make it through cleanly. We're actually getting up the pace down with Lance Stroll. Stroll going on a move with Oscar Piastri, as you can tell, as the McLaren setting it down on the inside, and we got cars everywhere. A little damage. I think Oscar Piastri just lost his front wing as well. As we go through, here's Lando Norris, and yeah, he sends it in on Daniel and gets front wing damage. That was not ideal. Look at the, oh man, he lost a wing plate there at the end. Here's on Daniel's POV, and then to Lando. Yeah, nothing he could really do, as Guan Yu Zhou, and yeah, Oscar Piastri just hit the back of Zhou. That's heartbreak for Oscar. He was actually doing really well so far, considering how, you know, a restart here. But anyways, back to the race. We're side by side with Lance Stroll here, as Stroll gets ahead, as he locks up there going through the corners. Now we go take the little escape road, kind of corner cut, and it's illegal overtake, so we're going to give Stroll the position back. But as you can tell, we lost spots to Yuki Tsunoda going through there, though. We backed out too much, and we're going to probably lose position to Nicholas Latifi. And Latifi, it's side by side going through these corners, and Nicholas Latifi just gets ahead. Sebastian Vettel looking for a move, but he cannot get it done. But now we are behind Nicholas Latifi back in P18. That was not the start I wanted in this car. Going through is there's nothing you can really do about it. We're stuck behind Nicholas Latifi now. We kind of lift off. We know we can challenge Latifi. We know our race is there, but I think we backed off a little too much, because now we're losing spots to Tsunoda. Vettel's still right behind us. He's probably looking for a move, but he can't get the move done. Schumacher 18 seconds behind. He was one of the cars that also got front wing damage. I think actually he was the car that actually hit the inside wall going into turn 1. Piastri unfortunately down to P22. It's unfortunate for him. He's not using a lot of ERS going through here. But we go through the hotel section now, is actually Nicholas Latifi right there. Sebastian Vettel, he's also gaining on us, as we're going to dump our ERS here, try to get past Nicholas Latifi if we can. But as you can see right here, we actually cannot get past him. Charles Leclerc sets the fastest lap of the race, and without DRS, it's unfortunate, cannot get past Latifi there. We're going to try this again, obviously. ERS, dumping all the ERS out on Latifi. We're going to try to get past what we let off. Try to see if we get in the slipstream of Nicholas Latifi. DRS has been enabled. We go down the inside. Do we get the move done? No, we don't. Do not send it. And trying not to obviously lose points to Vettel, so kind of trying to attack here. He's actually Vettel going through the middle sector right behind us. That's the view he's seeing. So, yeah, well, currently right now we're kind of struggling here on that lap. It actually wasn't a great lap. Trying to get past Nicholas Latifi here. Here we go, ERS, DRS now. It's going to be a perfect shot to get past Latifi, as we're dumping our ERS and our DRS here as we go through. Can we get ahead of Nicholas Latifi? Latifi goes not defend the inside, but we get the inside, we get the move done. That is P17 for us, ahead of Nicholas Latifi and ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Now we can focus on trying to see if we can catch up to Yuki Tsunoda here. Let's fast forward. We're actually not getting on Tsunoda, we're actually losing time to Tsunoda, but we're actually pulling away from Nicholas Latifi and Sebastian Vettel. And Oscar Piastri is actually losing time from the McLarens and the Haas. We know the Haas and the McLaren are clearly faster cars. Currently, I think we're probably going into this weekend, I think to show pace that we clearly could be the third best car. But losing, you know, time from behind, not losing time from behind. We are getting a little bit on Tsunoda though, just a little bit through that first sector. But once again, this straight, you know, it's straight line speed is we got a new strategy option, which I think we accepted. I think it was just a pit later, but hit that curb once again. Midfield battle looking pretty nice though, with the Alfa Romeo and the Alpines going at it. But safety car VSC comes out for debris on the track. I don't know where the debris was, but I think we gamble here as we're trying to not get a penalty here, as you can tell. But we actually come into the box and we're going to pit this lap. And we're going to try to gamble here. See if we can gamble on another safety car and these guys have to pit. So here we go, coming into the box now, VSC deployed. VSC actually loses a lot of time though during VSC, but as you can see the McLarens and probably our teammates probably going to get past us, so we probably will be dead. Let's see. We turn it optional, we're going to get it. As a perfect stop, no errors, good stop boys, as we now go back out on the track now. As cold tires now. Now we got to deal with the cold tire situation, but it is a VSC, so hopefully we could try to warm up the best we can, but obviously we can't warm up too much because it's going so slow. VSC ending here. We're on the hard tires. Still very cold on the hards. But here we go. Back to racing once again. Basically, that's jokingly that's it of the race. Jokingly. As you can see right behind now, we're actually behind Piastri, who's on a soft tire. Same as Schumacher, Norris, and Gasly. So they're all on softs while we're on hard, so we're going to be a little bit slower than Piastri, but kind of not good for us because clearly we should be the faster car and we're behind Piastri. Unfortunately, we did gamble though on that pit stop. Lando Norris and Mick Schumacher going at it for a little battle there, as you can tell. At the data, I think Schumacher just got past Norris and then Norris backed off. We're actually getting a little bit on Piastri though, as you can see going through the middle first sector here. Beautiful sector right there, dumping more overtake and just gaining and gaining and gaining more. Carlos Sainz has the new fast lap of the race. As you can tell, the midfield battle getting very feisty up there with the Alfa Romeo leading that whole pack. I'm pretty sure there's Valtteri Bottas leading everyone else from behind. But see, we lost a little bit of time though going through the third sector. Here's actually the midfield battle. Alonso, then Ricardo, then Joe, and everyone else behind there. Sebastian Vettel, Nicholas Latifi going at it. This part's a little bit speed up. I put this in 0.8 just to get the video out once again because of the editing software is being really dumb and I can't actually post like super long videos even though it's a 35-minute video, but it's whatever my editing software with clips are, so it's kind of dumb. But you can see we're actually pulling ahead of Lando Norris and Mick Schumacher as they pitted for hards as well. Now we are on pretty old hard tires, but they're still relatively new, as you can tell. So hopefully we could try to gain the gap on Nicholas Latifi there. As Latifi, Albon, and Stroll pit. Everyone basically up in the front and started to pit now as pit stops are underway. There's Alex Albon on those cold hard tires as well. We try to get a good run, as that clearly should have been a penalty, but not. And try not to floor too much. We don't want to get so much wheel spin going through there. Going through the first sector now, trying to catch up to Albon. Albon's on those cold hards, but his hards are going to be much fresher than ours because his aren't worn out as mine is. We almost lost the car there. Going through, we actually hit that inside curve there. Now trying to follow Albon to see what we can do down this straight. Going into the banking curve. We're 1 second, so we're almost in Albon's DRS range, which is a good sign because we might have a shot to get him here. Lance Stroll, also he's 3 seconds ahead. If you now go through the middle sector here we go, DRS open, dumping overtake, but we gotta save some battery as well. Lando Norris 5-6 behind us as well, but we gotta save battery. So we're gonna try to get up for another move on Albon. We cannot get him. We back off. It's the best thing we could do. Tsunoda comes out of the pits as well, so he's gonna be on cold hard tires as well, but his like I said again, it's going to be much fresher than ours, and fresher tires is going to give you more performance basically. And if we don't got that fresh performance, then we're basically going to be screwed for the rest of this race. As pause there, probably no scratch honestly. As Albon now stuck behind Yuki Tsunoda, so now right now it's getting pretty intense now for this battle, because we could probably try to pounce on these guys, but we're losing pace to Albon. We are losing a lot of pace from Alex. As going through the middle sector again, we get DRS, but he's 1 second behind us because we're not in Alex's slipstream. And basically right there, almost lost the back of the car once again. After that, we basically lost time to Albon. We're now almost 3 seconds behind, but now Sebastian Vettel, he's now going to be gaining on us, same as Pierre Gasly. Lap 14 of this race, Kevin Magnussen, he pits. Magnussen was also involved in, I think he was also involved in one of the first laps. As here comes Valtteri Bottas. That's just a quick little view of the midfield. He's chasing after Fernando Alonso, going through the third sector once again. As Gasly, he's gaining on us. Gasly got past Vettel. We're losing time to Alex, but Gasly is actually really fast coming in, gaining with his fresh hards. As you can tell right now, as Gasly, he's going to get us here, possibly on this next straight. Here comes Pierre Gasly. Now he's going down the inside. What a move by Gasly. As he makes the move stick, he's going to get the move done. But now we're going to try to chase after Gasly once again. We brake a little bit later. We're in third gear, try to get the most traction out of this corner. We should have put it in fourth. ERS wide open. Now it's a drag race basically. Who's got the faster car down the straight? Gasly's got the advantage. He's using overtake, but we have DRS and we cannot get the move done. Here comes Sebastian Vettel now. He's going to probably try to make a move, but he does not make the move. But at this point of the race, I was really struggling on the tires to get the max performance out of them. We're losing time to Norris once again, and we're losing time to Gasly. 5 seconds behind Alex. That gamble clearly did not pay off, as you could tell. But fighting in the lower midfield, it's kind of a good sign though, considering the weapons for last race. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. He now finally overtakes Aston Martin, who clearly seemed to be better than us in this race. I'm on my hards, as a lot of understeer there. I think we didn't brake on the meter. But we get DRS, we're going to try to chase Vettel once again. But can't get the move done. We're just not in the slipstream, can't get him. But now Vettel's going to be possibly chasing after Pierre Gasly. As you look down the bottom, Lando Norris, he's going to gain on us. He probably will catch us by the end of the race because we got no pace compared to the McLaren. DRS once again, and we're losing about 2 seconds basically now, and cannot get past Vettel as we're stuck behind him basically. So that's basically it for that battle. We're going to try to stay on him the best we can. Obviously it's important to stay on Vettel. You know, we might have a chance to pounce back because clearly, you know, his pace, he doesn't have much pace compared to us. I think we're a little bit faster than him, but we're also struggling on the tires. As you can tell, we're just trying to floor. We almost lost the back end there going through that corner as well. I don't know if you could see it on the onboard, but I did feel the back end kind of loosen out a little bit. As we now chase after Vettel once again, speed up a little bit as DRS zone coming up right here. Actually, can't really pass here, except Vettel can make a pass. Going through fifth gear now, we're going to chase him now down this next straight, but we lost time going through that fast, going through the hotel section. And fourth gear, get a little bit of understeer, as you can tell. And it's telling me to pit, but we actually gamble here and we actually stay out. Well, I wouldn't really call it a gamble. We just, actually, yeah, I guess you could call it a gamble because we probably would have finished last anyways in this race. Kevin Magnussen, he pits again, I'm pretty sure. That's not, or is that, no, that's not Mick, because Mick's 2 seconds. Magnussen not having the race he wants. Oscar Piastri now not dead last anymore due to that. But chasing Vettel, but Lando Norris, he's gaining. But we're actually staying up with Vettel, actually. We're actually gaining a lot on Vettel going through here. We go through, DRS open once again, dumping a little bit of overtake, and we can't get the move done. But Vettel, he's so fast going out of that, going through the hotel section. He's so much better going through there compared to us. We're losing so much time in that hotel section. We're going to try to chase him again. DRS wide open. Cannot get the move stick once again. Basically it. Fast forward to lap 20. Lando Norris is now on the back of our tail. Same as Mick Schumacher. So now at this point we're really struggling on those hards. Lando Norris is going to shoot right past us. No, we did not try to even bother to fight that. We're not even going to try to bother to fight Norris or Schumi if we can, because we know they we know basically that I can't fight them. But as you can see going through here, we actually gained a little bit of time, as Mick actually lost time, so we clearly need to get a good exit out of that hotel section. But chasing after Norris, if we could try to stay in Norris's slipstream and DRS, it actually will help us, because then Mick actually probably won't be able to overtake us. But compared to that straight line speed on that McLaren, which is faster than us but not fast in real life, it's kind of pretty hard to get that 1 second a lap faster. I think that's what they said from, I think the guys have heard of us. But here comes Mick Schumacher here now, as Schumacher try to go for a move, can't get the move done, but gets the move here on this side. It goes around the outside. That's going to be an easily pass. It's a little bit of a drag race. Mick gets us there as well. And here's a little bit of battle here between Sebastian Vettel and Lando Norris. Norris and Vettel going side by side, going through that hairpin, I guess you can call it. Going out. Basically, it's going to be a drag race here. Who's get the DRS? I don't know who has DRS. Lando Norris has the DRS. But Sebastian Vettel, he's hanging it right with them as they go down into turn 1. Vettel, oh, so close. Norris as well. He's making the move stick as well, as this battle will continue on. And you can tell this is from behind. Here comes Sebastian Vettel once again, side by side with Lando Norris. Does he send? No, he does not. It's a little bit sideways, but Norris just gets the move done here. Now on to lap 22. That's Oscar Piastri, and that's Charles Leclerc lapping him. And unfortunately, that was it for our race. As you can tell right now, we actually got lapped on the last lap. Lando Norris is retiring from the race, but P19, good result. Definitely a lot faster.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
They've delivered an outstanding performance today and under intense pressure to take a well-earned victory at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Welcome back. Charles Leclerc, after what happened to him last race, gets the win, beats Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz to the finish line. Well deserved from him. He did a brilliant job. But Max Verstappen, I'm pretty sure going into, he's still ahead in the standings. Podium pass things, blah blah blah. Let's get to the standings now. Let's go look at the results. But basically, we had a good. I think personally, this race was a lot better compared to Bahrain.
Let's have a quick look at how the
We were clearly so much faster. Bahrain, we were just losing so much time between there. Lance Stroll almost getting points actually would have been depressing, because, you know, trying not to lose too many points, but also want to get points. Yuki Tsunoda finishing and getting driver of the day, supposedly. Ricardo, he's missing out on points. Fernando Alonso, he missed out on a lot of points. Bottas ahead of Ocon, and then Guan Yu Zhou. Or Zhou Guan Yu, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Ricardo, Tsunoda, Gasly. You know, for the rest of the standings down below, Leclerc getting the fastest lap. So, redemption for Valtteri Bottas as well, compared to what happened to him the last race. So we go, we're going to go more down the order to go look at where everyone else kind of finished in the midfield. Albon, Schumacher, Vettel. Piastri finishing 19th. We're also one lap down. We actually beat Magnussen and Norris, but Magnussen was basically had that first lap damage, but we actually finished ahead of Piastri. So Piastri had a lot more better race pace, seems like, as well. He almost matched our best. But this race was clearly much better. Finishing P18, it's a good result. But going to the standings here, Piastri now moves to 18th. We're dead last. So, not the best, but honestly, it's the car. It's not that quick. We just need to improve the development. I think probably in a couple weeks' time, we could probably score at least some points. That is the goal ultimately. But next round is Australia. It's gonna be another street circuit. Once again, this is also a street circuit. So let's see what we can do in Australia. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this. And at this moment in time, hallelujah, I'll see you guys from the land down under.